there, welcome back to Lattes and More. And if this is your first time, welcome. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the impact of the news and how to trade with the news and how to understand it. And I'm not talking about the local news or anything on that small scale. I'm talking global scale. I'm talking big news, global news. Um, and this is a form of trading called fundamental trading. There's technical trading where you are like reading the charts and drawing lines and you're watching price action and you're watching those candles move, and you're checking all the time frames, making a decision on a technical basis. Fundamental trading is different. It's really being cognizant of the news, the global news, and how it will impact your trading, because it does. It definitely does. It can have a major impact on the trading market. So there's 6 things that can have a major impact and shift the direction of the market on any given day, any given time. And those things are, a change in that you're really trading the country's currency. Most of you are trading currency paired with a currency. So you have to understand what's going on with perhaps a recession in that country, inflation rates, what the banks are doing. That's going to raise or lower currency, and you have to understand that. And also manufacturing news. If sales are down on latte coffee cups, then they're not going to be able to keep as many employees, or they might raise rates. So you have to understand what's going on in the manufacturing market for those countries, and there's reports that come out on that. Another thing is employment rates. We're all not publicly stated yet, but we're in a global recession, so many countries are really, really feeling the pain. And those are things, when people speak about it, those are things that are going to affect the market for sure. Political climate, things that are going on politically, leaders who are making decisions that impact other countries, political races. We're gearing up for another one in the U.S., and it impacts the trading market. And I don't know if that was 6, so there's a couple more. Trading, and I'm not talking about the trading that we're doing, the monetary trading, the currency trading, but I'm talking about imports and exports. And if no one's an economist, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But what countries are bringing in, what we're buying from other countries and bringing into our countries that we don't produce, and what we're selling that another country wants, and they import what we want. So money coming back and forth. But if all of a sudden, I'll just use my latte cup again, if all of a sudden, China does not want our latte cups, now we're not selling as much. Now we have an excess. If you have an excess of something, the price is going to be cheaper because you want to get rid of it, so it's on sale. Everything, the trading also affects the direction of the market. And the last thing that we just went through, well, we're still going through, is a global pandemic. You tell me that didn't affect everybody, and how we acted, what we bought, where we went out. It's ongoing. It's ongoing, as all of you know. So all of those things affect trading. Trading the news is important. Again, it's called fundamental trading. It's something that you want to have an understanding of. You don't have to get all geeky about it, but you do have to have an understanding of it if you want to be a trader. I didn't realize that my first year, and the more I got into it, the more I realized, this is really important. And especially if you're an indice trader. I'm an indice trader now. I no longer just trade currencies pegged against each other. I trade the indices. Well, let me go back. Indices, plural, for indexes. Indexes just means like a group of something, a group of stocks. So the Dow Jones, you've all heard of the Dow Jones. We refer to it as US 30 in the Forex trading world. US 30, the NASDAQ 100, the SPX 100. And all countries have these, the German 30, the France 50. They all have their top companies. And what it means is that the US 30, the Dow Jones 30 top moving companies, top market cap companies in the US. The NAS 100 top technical stock exchanges in the US, and the SPX 500 top 500. They all have a few companies that intermingle, but these are the Apples, the Microsofts, the McDonald's, the Disneys, the Walmarts, those big companies that we all, Amazon, that we all Google, that we all hear about. Whoa. So you can trade those publicly, or they're all in a Google, like a big group, and you can trade them. And that's what I trade. It's very, very exciting for me. So I've been trading the indices for a couple of years straight. The indices move. The volume of those big power companies, they're faster trades, they're heavier trades, they move faster, and there's potentially more to be gained financially by trading them. But you really have to know your stuff. It's not a slow moving trade. It moves thousands of points, or hundreds of pips per day, which makes it exciting for me. Anyway, yeah, so you have a better chance of making money that way. I just want to make sure I cover everything that I wanted to cover. So I've been training for the past 2 years, and so how do you find out this news? Do you have to like geek out and you're like poring over the Wall Street Journal or something? You're not. And this is another video that I'm going to do. There's an amazing site called forexfactory.com, www.forexfactory.com, where they give you daily and hourly updates. You can Google, there's a calendar, and you can find in that calendar. I'm not going to really get into the details, but what's happening for news every day and the time it happens. It's almost like clockwork. If there's something major on the docket, on that schedule, you can guarantee things are going to move, because every economic ear is listening. And there's monthly reports that come out, sort of like economic check-ins. And, if you're an indice trader, you want to follow those. And they're very important. The gross national product, like what's going on in the country, and what's being produced, and how the numbers look. And once you start getting into it, it's fairly fascinating. But again, the news is so critical. And again, this is called fundamental trading. And so it's just one of the 3 types of trading that there are. A couple other places you can go is you can have up on your computer or on your TV, if you want to, CNBC or Bloomberg Economic Report. Those are reliable sources, and you can kind of pick up things about how people are feeling. And I think that the news is so important when you're trading. And I almost can't believe that I didn't realize this my first year of trading. And what I realized most recently, the past couple of months, is news that's happening around in other countries, and the UK, or in Germany, or in Europe, Japan. It makes our markets move too, because we react, because we're all like this global kind of tidal wave. So when something major is announced in a country on the other side of the world, it still affects us. We go, "Wow, did you hear that?" And we're like, "Ooh, is that good news for us or bad news for us?" And we still react. So when you see news happening on the other side of the world, you still need to pay attention to it if you're an indice trader. And I just wanted to also state that there are 3 occurrences that really can send the market in not a very good place at all. 3 things would be, I really say that could single-handedly send us into a global crash, and that is a bank closure. If a bank is having problems, we saw that in 2008, a bank closure, or a war. If we, come into a really substantial war that involves several countries, man, we're going to see some changes in the market. And also, the last thing is if country to country loans, like we owe billions of people billions of dollars to other countries, and if we just decided that we're gonna default on that loan or not pay them back, there will certainly be some economic unrest. And all this to say that all of this means a lot of money. Trading is a wonderfully exciting place, and if you know and understand some things, and it's never too late to know and understand some things, then it's just going to make you a better trader, and you can take advantage of it. And the global news, I found, is just such a fascinating place. It's such a fascinating place to be. And really, I feel smarter. I feel smarter understanding these days. People are like, oh, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm like, dang, I actually know something about that. So, anyway, that's trading with the news. Super important, even if you're just a currency trader. But if you're an indice trader, for sure, you got to know what's going on, guys. And hopefully you found this helpful. And stay tuned for my next video. You're going to like it. All right, thank you. All right, bye, guys.